There we go. It's getting started. Gotta wait for the light. Konnichiwa again, patrons, my dear Minasan, my readers and dreamers. This is Morgan Strong Comer for our second monthly read aloud. Yay! Sorry, it's me again. But I just want you experience of having someone read any of my works. I mean, Gaian times, if that's that we did Dungeons and Dragons night. So you guys are here, and I'm super, super stoked to announce that Monsters and Mortals, book 2 of The Hunter and Bringer, our Kickstarter is starting April 4th. April 4th, woohoo! I'll be doing a social media announcement either today, or if not today, definitely tomorrow evening. I have plans until like 5 tomorrow. That's kind of my crazy day. But yay, we're excited about that. The book is about 3 times as The Hunter and the Bringer, and that cost about $2,000 to fund because we had to pay our wonderful, fantastic narrators who actually are more of the characters than I am, although I gave the characters life. Lexi Evans and Logan and Air. So yay, they're back with us. They're super stoked. Chapter 1 was recorded at December live, which was fantastic, and they did wonderful. We just got to edit the things together. So Kickstarter, people just going in on the page will get a sneak peek of Chapter 1 of Monsters and Mortals being professionally read. So that's exciting. And I fought for March, April, and May. March to hype it up. April is actually when the Kickstarter is. And then Kickstarter goes to the very start of May. And then that's when we figure out if we made it or not. So those 3 months we'll do Monsters and Mortals stuff. I'm going to try to get some special guests in to do readings from Monsters and Mortals from different parts. So here's hoping. I'm really stoked about that. But I thought since we did Kessler's First Date last time, just kind of a new little short story, really sweet and fun for the holidays. I guess technically after the holidays, but short and sweet. I wanted to do something kind of looking towards the future this time. So we're still doing From Before and After, which is the short story collection, also fan books. So bios, playlist, sneak peeks of potential, but highly likely chapter ideas, lines, concepts for the 3rd book in this now trilogy that was eventually supposed to be a duology. But thanks to Lexi, Logan, and my dear fans convincing me and my brain never turning off creatively, we have a 3rd book that we're planning on coming out. The very earliest, the end of this year, or not beginning of next year. So it's called Strife and Harmony, which will be the 3rd and final book in the main arching series, although I still have a bajillion ideas for this universe, and at least Jeremy and Val doing adventures together. So I wanted to pick a fun one of my favorite places to be, and I always thought this would be a fun mission place for Val and Jeremy. And I've got some interesting sassy side characters in this chapter section, whatever you want to call it. So we'll meet them. And I am not a narrator. I got really tongue-tied last time, and I was really embarrassed, although I love doing voices. I think it's harder for me now with my lupus is connecting things, although I still love to read and all that stuff. So please be patient with me and realize that I do want to get this, even if it doesn't become part of the actual book itself, I still want this story or this location to be like a short story or even like a little web show or something where Lexi and Logan, since they are the characters now, do the voices. So bear with me. You can imagine their voices or your own voices, or maybe Lexi and Logan will hear this and be inspired and go, ooh, how would I voice that? So here's hoping. So kiss for Lexi, kiss for Logan, just in advance. So, okay, let's go ahead and get crack-a-lacking. Again, don't make one of me too much, please. I'm delicate. I picked the wrong profession to be delicate, huh? And then this is from my new Power Ranger backpack. It's the tags. I thought it'd be a cool bookmark. And there's 3 different exclusives in here that most likely will be plot points in Strife and Harmony. But I'm going to go with the first one because it's really fun. It says special previews, and it has like a little disclaimer from me. So I knew in advance. So it says, these are first drafts in italics from parts of the, in bold, next book in the series. They are not perfect, but I hope you like getting a glimpse of what is to come. So this is a sneak preview of Go to Disney World. I've been there once with my bestie Marissa and my really good friend Kat. when she was in the college program. I wanted to go there since I was born. It was an amazing experience. I'm glad I went as an adult, if I'm being honest. All right, here we go. Okay. The chick of the duo sneered her lips, crossing her arms coolly in time with the beating tension in this tight place. I'm not even sure why you're here, Agent Hemingway. We can handle our own division. Hearing my name as a hiss made my blood boil and resolve to be civil evaporate away a little. My lips fell heavy into a frown. Trust me, I'd much rather be here for vacation. If you guys could have got this done sooner, then we wouldn't have to be sent here. My arms crossed in return to her bitter attitude, her eyes narrowing in a stare down. I didn't expect such a chilly reception from the happiest place on earth. The goofy quack that was my partner voiced behind me, trying to release some of the ire in the room. The three of us gawked at him as he beamed his charming smile that would make him a Prince mascot here in a second. Vanessa's pitch-wavy hair in a high ponytail swayed in disapproval, her mouth puckering like she popped sour grapes in her cheeks. Even more disrespectful is they sent a bringer here. We heard about Missouri and their little experimentation of having teams of the combined organizations. How disgusting. You that desperate to keep your declining number one spot? A perfectly manicured brow raised full of spite. Whispering in my ear, his warm breath tingling my ear with a pang of thrill, Darrington spoke. Boy, you weren't kidding about them being salty about the third place ranking in the nation. Bronze is still good. I nodded, the contact of his crisp white shirt with the shadow forest we were forced in distracting and alluring. His sandalwood was comforting too. As I leisurely pulled away from Jeremy's closeness, actually not wanting to, my sight wandered up, absorbing the sorrowful state of this legendary attraction. The flickering flames of the tiki lanterns were filmed over in pollen. Straw that was woven into a thatch expanding the ambiance had turned to only brittle remains coating their plant attackers. The wooden floor and bench stage seatings were covered in plump, pulsing vines in front of us, it radiating hunger. The wall slithered up, hissing and drooling, foaming, watery ooze out of the prickles of its leaves. Vines were choking the darling tiki birds, these iconic auto-animatronic figures with feathers lovingly hand-sewn in their perching garms. Now they could not sing. My heart sank and moisture built in my eyes at the thought. Taking all the honor of the showroom in, I tried to get down to business, hoping to obtain more information from our forced cohort. From the star-shaped leaves, watery sap, and substantial growth from the warm weather, I believe these plants are okay, here's Latin, so I apologize for this. Ricicunius conomentis, or a tickweed. Agent Lathong flattened her thick, dark lashes, snorting out hard air in my directions. Yes, that's easy to tell with their castor beans. They can grow up to 40 feet tall, yet our concern is how they grew here at this magnitude to this size and with extra harmful side effects. I rolled my eyes to the side to hide my annoyance. She was correct, but did she have to be so snobby about it just because she was the top agent in her state? I was never like that. Well, I hope anyway. Did the employees report any strangeness before the plants emerged? Maybe a package was sent here that had a stowaway. I questioned. I knew these two had already interviewed all the employees of the Enchanted Tiki Room and Adventureland. Of course, the Dole Whip cart next door too. And I didn't have any details, just summaries. Packages? Why the hell would that be an issue? If a monstrum was lurking in a box, someone would have reported it to Miss Uptight. The urge to snip back was agonizing. Jeremy brushed my shoulder in a supportive grip, looking collected at our Floridian counterparts. Trust me, it's happened before, especially critters that can blend in with plants. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm trying to figure out, like, there's a new character. Okay, It's really bestial that you would go around petting Monstrum. It's extremely stupid. The only good thing in this room to pet would be the tall glass of water right here. This came from the tall, thin operative that was Agent Loftong's partner, his dark chocolate, slit hair as unmoving as his expression. He dressed all in black, but his attire was stylish, the thin material trench coat flaring as dramatically as the gold glitter of his undershirt. Watching the direction of his finger, I blinked. Stumbling upon my glance, he rolled his neon lime with pink speckled eyes. Fake contacts on a mission? Tacky. Snorting loudly. Not you, cheeky saltine. He dripped with so much sass that I was about smacked in the face with it. His pupils then grimaced to the doe-eyed man next to me. I meant you, Skipper. Jeremy and I both lost our breath for a second, I having to cover my mouth to not hack. My blonde beau was confused, blinking multiple times at the Florida agent as the Florida agent winked at him. Agent Vanessa murmured near him. I agree, Roger. They both purred and licked their lips. I felt I threw a mouse into a lion's den. Jeremy puts his hands up in front of him, shaking them and his head in time with his quaking legs. Look, bud, you're an attractive man, and I'm flattered. He touched his hand to his chest, the fabric of his shirt billowing, getting Agent Roger a little too peppy from how he shifted his stance. My cheeks heated from jealousy and embarrassment before my fellow went on. But no matter what, Valda is the love of my life, no matter what her gender would be. Pounding from my chest rang in my ears. I afraid everyone would hear the song Jeremy created from his words. He wrapped his arm around my shoulder lightly, a silly beam spreading on his handsome face. I attempted to swipe his hand off due to protocol, but there was no heart in it. Ha! Agent Vanessa huffed out cruelly. What bullshit! You poor, brainless! Her words were cut off when one of the massive vines went wild and captured her waist, flinging my fellow agent in the air. Triggering his friends, the floor rumbled, nipping at our heels. And I guess I should have said there's little spoilers in there and there's a little bit of cussing. So I'll put that up in the description. I'm sure you already read that. So, okay. Well, I hope you guys liked meeting Agent Vanessa and Agent Roger from the Florida Hunters Division. I have more screen time ideas for them. They'll just be like some side characters, but I think every character is important, so it's really fun to make them like that. So I hope you like that little segments for maybe a future plot point, or at least mini quest adventure in the third Hunter and Bringer book, which TBA on when the date's gonna be to be decided, called Strife and Harmony. And again, Jeremy and Val are great together. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this month's reading. Make sure to check out the playlist here. That's just for you guys on Patreon. Only you have access. So look at all the goodies and have a good time. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for all the love. And please check out my medias for all the Kickstarter updates. I've got so many cool prizes. I can't wait to show them to you. All right. Have a good weekend. Ja. Stay sweet.